Well, hello everybody. It's your person Looney Loon here, back in Minecraft, and this time I'm pressing the real Realms button. I'm gonna play. I already configured it to the right realm. But yeah, basically, I'm back here in Minecraft. I think this is gonna become a nightly thing for me. Or at least, you know, the nights that I am just sitting here waiting for Pepper to get home. Man. I don't know, it's also just a good way for me to process whatever the heck is going on in my life right now. It's almost 11 p.m. right now, Pacific Standard Time, January 10th, 2022. Why'd I have to say the whole date? I don't know, but you know, it's a thing that happened. Oh, here I am. There's an Enderman over there. Perfect. So I've been playing some Hypixel recently. That's cool. Hypixel's pretty fun, actually. What was I looking for? I think last time we just finished this off a bit. I kind of want to work on my main house. I think I did do a bit with that. Oh, yeah, on my helmet. Probably put that back on. There we go. See, I want to do a bit with my house here. I don't know what, though. But yeah, kind of just... You know, I had work today, which is the first night that I've actually had work while recording one of these. I don't know what to say about it. I mean, it was work, pretty much. But yeah, it wasn't terrible, but it also wasn't, you know, the best thing ever. Actually, let me just take one. You know what? Good enough. So, if nobody knows, my work is basically selling phones. I am in a Walmart and I sell phones, basically. I'm not a Walmart employee, but I sell the phones in the Walmart, and that's pretty much my whole job. It's not a bad job by any means. Just kinda, you know, kinda boring at times. Because at least the Walmart I'm at, you can't really... Like, there's a lot of tourists there, and most of them just don't have access to buy phones. Which sucks, yeah, but... I mean, what am I gonna do about it? It's usually tourists that just weren't planning on buying a phone that day. And that's valid. That is completely valid, and I get where they're coming from. But also, the kind of like... The company I'm working with basically is all about that rise and grind mindset. And, you know, having a day without selling a phone just isn't good. But, you know, I'm cool with chilling. I'm cool with doing whatever. How many of these gonna make? Oh, nice, we make that many. So, I mean, at least it's a decent job. I'm not gonna dash on it for that. It's not as, you know, bad as my last few. By bad, I mean like mentally or physically exhausting. If anything, I just get bored a bit because sometimes there's just nothing to do. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty okay. I don't mind it at all. Yeah, that looks good. What am I doing with this? I don't know. I think I said a conversation pit at one point, but honestly, at this point, I don't know. I might just make this a big storage room, eventually. But yeah, so my whole main thing here is, you know, we gotta sell phones. At least my whole job is sell phones. And it's not 100% fun, but it's also not 100% exhausting or, like, torturing, which is a plus. But yeah, I mean, it's frustrating sometimes because I try to sell a phone and then, you know, just something just doesn't go through. And there's like this group chat we have basically where everybody's bragging about how many sales they've made that day. And it always feels bad when I don't have a sale on there. I'm decent for being this new because I've only been there for about a month and a half. But not the best. And sometimes I think it's just because I am not aggressive enough with the sales pitching. But I don't like to consider myself an aggressive person, really. I just... I just have this job because, well, one, it pays pretty well. It's more than minimum wage plus commission, at least. And two, I mean, I'm qualified for it. I've been told I'm very persuasive by certain people, and I mean, at least for my mom, when I wanted to buy something, I'm like, I give her all the reasons to do it. So I'm qualified for it at least. That's how I get some people to do, like, buy phones. The thing is, I just feel so bad when there's somebody coming, heck, when somebody comes in and they just aren't ready to buy a phone, or they don't want to buy a phone. I feel bad forcing them to. You know, they say, like, treat everybody as an opportunity to make a bit more money. But, I don't know. It just feels kind of scummy to me. If somebody wants a phone, then they're gonna ask me for the phone. I don't need to be preaching it to them. I mean, I'll inform them of the offers and everything, but I won't be pushing them like, oh, you need to get this phone now. I'll just try to help them best I can. Because it feels scummy, you know, getting people into like $1,000 debt over a phone. Not 1,000, but it feels scummy giving people into debt over a phone, and then having it not be what they want. So I just won't do that. There needs to be things down here. Should I just make that a chest room? Or, that seems like the most logical thing. I think. The kitchen's over there. Unless it's just my room. I could just make this my room, actually. Do I want to make it my room? I kind of want to make this like a little sleeping chamber. I don't know what I want to do. But yeah. So I don't like just, you know, outright just forcing people to buy things. But what I do like is, you know, helping people out with big things that they need to do. I hope that makes sense. This is mostly just me rambling because earlier, you know, there's always like a bunch of older people that come in and they don't know anything about phones. And they're asking me if I know things about it. And like, I know if my boss was there, he'd want me to, like, you know, sell like the highest phone to them, or at least sell something to them. But I just feel bad when they say like, oh no, but I'm comfortable with this one. And I'm like, that is completely fair and valid. Like, you know, they say respect your elders. Also, I don't know if you can pick up on that, like, noise. I think somebody's taking a shower. My room's, like, right next to the bathroom. But yeah, they always say respect your elders and stuff. And, you know, I think, personally, being old doesn't get you respect automatically. But, you know, respect people if they deserve it, pretty much. And, you know, these people have been alive for a long time. Something I've noticed is with older people and younger people, people just try to, like, coddle them and, you know, make their decisions for them. And I don't like that because, you know, they've been alive for that long. I mean, I think they might know how to do things their own way. So, you know, if they want to keep their old phone, I'm happy to let them keep their old phone. But yeah, that's just how I see it. I mean, I don't think I need to, like, force people into just buying things because it'll help me out with my paycheck. Money has always been a weird topic for me. Like, I know it's important. I know we all need it at some point eventually. I know most people would do anything for money, which is weird, but that's a me thing. I'm gonna get more wood. Why did I... Okay. I'm gonna get more wood. Oh wait, no, because I put it there. Heck. I'll just leave that there so I can tell what time it is. It's almost night right now. It's about... It's almost night. But oh well, I'm gonna get wood anyways. I'm gonna practice PvP, because that's something I actually do want to practice. Like Hypixel, I've been, like, fighting skeletons in there just because I know if I die it won't matter. Although I guess here it won't matter either, because keep inventories on. But yeah, money's always just been a weird topic for me, because on one hand, my first instinct is to save every single dollar I get, or, you know, make it work back for me, just so that I don't need to go through, at least financially, what my parents did when I was little. Like, you know, from what they say, it wasn't even that bad. But from what I remember, I don't think it was too good either. So my first instinct's basically, you know, save up enough so that you're financially secure. But then another part of me is like, but there is no need to be excessively rich. Because I think there isn't. You know, I think if you are living comfortably, that should be enough. And, you know, to each their own, I guess, but I just think the concept of millionaires and billionaires is kind of dumb. Because, first of all, there is no way, at least for some of them, there's no way they made all that money solely by themselves. Like, if you're excessively rich like that, there is no way you have made all that money just because you did it yourself. And it kind of sucks because I see people just, you know, in poverty and not having the same opportunities be overshadowed by people with way more that didn't work for every single dollar. And there's a fine line between earning something and then just taking advantage of something. Because even, you know, there was like this saying I heard once. And it's like, if you have $20 and you donate 2 of them to charity, you've given away effectively 10% of your net worth. A billionaire can donate $1,000, but if they have $1 billion, they're not really doing much. I mean, in terms of what they're sacrificing. I don't know. I just think, you know, people should be applauded for helping the world and others, and not just how much material they have themselves. Because what good is all that material when the planet's dying and people are dying? What good is that all going to be? Because eventually we all die, right? So, I guess that's just my thought process. There was a point when I did want to be excessively rich and famous and wealthy, and then I realized I don't really need to be. I know swords are not the most effective thing anymore, but, you know, listen, that's what I use. Axes are for chopping trees or winning the Hunger Games, like Jerome taught me to. Oh, speaking of that, Jerome ASF at least. There's a zombie there. He's been recording a lot of videos recently with Tommy in it. I think Beijing Canadian's gonna be in the new one. At least at the time of now. Hi. Hey, got him. At least as of recording right now. There's been a bunch of teasers on Beijing Canadian's Twitter about a new Cops and Robbers recorded with Tommy in it and Jerome, and I think awesome, dude. And that's really hyping me up. Like, I saw that during my lunch break, and I was super excited about it. Because, oh my god, it's the old meets the new. It's the clashing of worlds. It's like that one gif from Ratatouille. Where, like, he's eating the Ratatouille for the time, and it reminds me of the one he had when he was younger. I hope that made sense. But yeah, it was, I don't know. There's always something that just makes me so happy. Like, I love the newer Minecraft YouTubers. They're all great. I mean, most of them are great, at least. And they're entertaining and funny. But there's just, like, such a soft spot in my heart for the old ones. Like, they're the ones that really introduced me to this whole thing. What is that up there? I think it's scrap. Or, am I getting a text right now? Oh, no, it's another Discord call. Man, people are messaging me, and it's not messaging, it's just Facebook notifications. I've been checking it recently, because in my city where I live in right now, there's been an excessive amount of car crashes. And I'm always paranoid it's going to be somebody I know, eventually, and I'm scared of it. It's funny, because I think at one point the city was voted, like, the safest one in California or something, and now it's just like, you know what? Nah. There's car crashes every week now, deal with. There's like 5 car crashes a day, deal with it. I'm like, okay then. Like, I can't really do anything about it. I don't even drive. But I'm scared for people I know who do drive, because it might not even be their fault if they get in a crash. It might just be, you know, a bad driver's fault. gosh, car-related accidents have always scared me. It's a very specific thing to be scared of, but they always have. I have an extra chest. I'm gonna put that over here. I don't know. Like, I love machines. Machines are super cool. I love trains. Not to fall into autistic stereotypes, but I freaking love trains. But man, are they scary when you're thinking about them, like, just as a concept. I'm just gonna put that there. That works. Like, they're cool. They're super cool and they're super awesome. But also, those can kill people without any hesitation. Let's see. Pumpkin time. I think this might just be a shorter one for today, at least, just because, I don't know. I don't have much to talk about, really. I can go on another Looniverse rant or ramble. I've actually been meaning to talk about DISPY more, so gotta get on that right now. DISPY's... Okay, so, first of all, I made an animation reel recently on my actual animation Instagram. Plugging that right now, it's just Looney Loon regular. I mean, like, just Looney Loon. There's no, like, exclamation point or live to it. It's just Looney Loon. Both L's capitalized. But, yeah, the whole thing I've been doing there, at least, has been, well, I made an animation reel, because I know in 2021 I made one. Early 2021 I made one. And that was fun. That was, like, a good thing for me to look back on and be like, hey, I actually did things this year of 2020. Despite it being one of the hardest years of my life, I actually did things in 2020. I mean, sure, it was a college assignment at the time, but, you know, I'm a college dropout now. But I still like the idea of just doing that, you know. Having something to show for the year. I need to smelt this cactus, actually. Smelt a cactus. Just one of them, or two of them. So yeah, that was, like, a big thing back then. Now I'm like, you know, I can just make one for fun myself. So I did, and this year, the two main, you know, like last year, one of the main ones was Space Ages, no doubt about that. Spacey and Stephenson, my beloveds. But another one that actually appeared quite often is DISPY. And for those of you who don't know, DISPY has been a series I've been making for a bit. I think it originally originated when I was in a visit to the mental hospital in 2017. So yeah, it didn't come from the best parts of my life, but it helped. It helped me get through it. And yeah, I mean, okay, let me tell you something about mental hospitals. I don't know what YouTube's rules are talking about this, but it's my own experience, so I think it's gonna be okay. Let me tell you something about those places. They are so boring. They are so incredibly boring. Like, alright, half the time you're just sitting there, like, I like to compare it to being an animal at the zoo, but, like, not even a nice zoo. Like, compared to an animal just stuck in a cage, you're just waiting for your next meal, because that is the only form of entertainment you're going to get. You just sit there, because, like, at least the ones I went to, the kids were not friendly, the TV, it was nothing at all what I wanted. Because they had the remote most of the time, everybody else. It was a majority vote, and I was not part of the majority. And, you know, at most of the time I just sit in the corner with paper and crayons and draw. Because what else are you supposed to do at that point? And so DISPY was interesting how it came about. It was basically just... I took, like, these kids with superpowers, and I'm like, what if they were in a mental hospital? It actually took inspiration from a fan fiction I wrote. Like most other things in my life. From a fan fiction I wrote when I was 12. I took inspiration from that. And just kind of went with it. So the characters are actually all based off of old YouTubers that I no longer watch anymore. And I'm not going to say the name of the group, even though if I say the name of the YouTuber group, it'll be very obvious, at least for two of them, who they were based off of. And I don't want to get into that drama. So, not even drama. I just don't want to be like... I don't want to... I don't... how do I explain this? So there was a ship, and I kind of took the two that were in the ship and then made them canonically together. So I don't want to be like, a truther or anything about it, but let's just say it happened, okay? So I basically, DISPY is about the six kids that at first were in a mental hospital for kids with superpowers, and there were six of them. And the names of them back then, as they are now, well, actually, I think, yeah. So it was March, Enner, Speedy. No. Okay, so the cast basically goes March, Enner, Faith, Connie, Agile, and Speedy. And some of the names are obvious, some of them are not obvious. But March Calendar is the protagonist basically, and he has time control powers. But like, okay, I'm not gonna say like time control powers because he can't really control it. He can pause it for short bursts of time, like in accordance to his emotions. But that's really unpredictable and unstable. So his main power is he is a human clock, where he can pretty much just tell the time without even seeing the outside. He's really good at like stopwatch things, like counting the seconds between things, counting how long it's been since a day or two. Like he can tell that stuff, basically human like clock and stopwatch. He's also very good at okay, so also in accordance to his emotions, because stopping time is one thing. That's only like you know he can do it, but the rules about it I'm still working out. But the one thing I know he can do for sure is I don't know what it's called. Like it's kind of like fortune telling, except not really. Where basically he sees like paths for the future. He can see what different paths the future might take. Because he's basically like he can see paths according to his emotions. For example, when the first appearance he has, there's basically it's a big emotional thing. Nobody showed up to his 17th birthday party, not even his parents, because they're like on a business trip or something. He's also one of the only two canonically rich Looniverse characters. The only other one is Pinky, and Pinky is a gremlin. I love them though. They're pardoned from their crimes of being a millionaire. But March, at least, his parents got the money inherited through his grandparents, who, in the lore sense, were actually the ones to sign up to get injected with powers for a great monetary reward. And then just they turned out they didn't get the powers, but 2 generations down, March had the powers, and nobody bothered to tell him about this. So he can like time divination, I guess. I don't know, something like that. He can see the futures. He has like future vision, for lack of a better term, like Steven Universe. Except his are very much controlled by his emotions. So the first time he sees anything in the future, it's his 17th birthday, nobody's shown up. He sees ahead to his 18th birthday and he sees himself pretty much lying in a ditch dead. And that's what would have happened if, the worst case scenario happened. That's the future he would have had if he didn't change anything about his life and just kept being miserable and sad all the time about being lonely. The thing about it, when he did that, he also managed to pause time for a short burst of time. And the government of Earth, because, okay, there are different planets on Looniverse. Earth is basically where the rich go, like the rich and elite. And so the government of Earth is like, wait, that's not supposed to happen. Like, something weird happened. So they find him and basically throw him in this mental hospital for kids with superpowers. Except it's not really a mental hospital anymore at this point in time, because now in the lore it's like it's a detainment, it's an detainment institute. Right now, DISPY stands for Detainment Institute for Superpowered Youth, but I dropped the F because DISPY just didn't sound the same. So yeah, he gets thrown in this, and the first person he meets in almost every iteration is Energy, this other kid, 17-year-old, who's been stuck in this place for his entire life, or at least most of it. Like he doesn't know a world outside of it really, and he has electricity powers. Surprise, surprise. I like to believe everybody who's been in there longer just has a sort of name associated with their powers. March Calendar was just a crazy coincidence. JK. They probably knew. His grandparents at least probably had their last names changed to Calendar or something. And then March was just stuck with that unfortunate name. I'm gonna make like his father like August Calendar or something. It'd be funny. Freaking grandfather named December. Nah, it'd be funny though. But yeah. So March Calendar basically means energy, and energy has been there most of his life in places like this where they try to contain his powers. He has electricity powers, and he also has uncontrollable bursts of anger because he never really learned how to cope with his emotions. In fact, they often encouraged him to actually explode with rage whenever he needed to, because that's how they kept the lights on in that place. So, even when he didn't need to, and the lights were just getting a bit too dim, they would just provoke him, and he'd get angry. But March and Enner are the main ship of this entire thing. Like, Enner's the love interest, March is the protagonist. As for the others, there is Faith. And Faith, I can't decide the last name for her. I'm like Faith Trutel, I think, because that's like a play on words, something else. So I think her name is just gonna be Faith Trutel, and she is basically the mind reader, a self-described resident mind reader of the group, and she's kind of the leader before March shows up. She's kind of the one that's just like kind of telling everybody else what to do. Definitely has multiple people around her finger in that place. At least for sure, Connie. Enner is too oblivious to actually know what she's doing. But at least Faith is like, she likes having all the control possible for everything. She can read minds, and she uses that to her advantage by, seeing what people think of her and then acting accordingly. Seeing how far she can get away with certain things. Did I open this before? Okay, I did. So she's kind of the antagonist of anything. She is actually. I'm not going to spoil it too much because I actually do want this to be a series. Oh my god, villager. Hello, sir. Hello, what are you doing? Do you have a job? You don't have a job. Heck. What if I make you a job? How do I make a lectern? But basically. So Faith kind of just. She basically, like, is the mind control, mind reader of the group. And, not good most of the time. But, she does what she has to. I guess I'm gonna spoil it. That is a big cave. I'm not going in there. No, whoops. So, I mean, yeah, that's Fade's deal. I feel like I should, like, stop recording soon, but also I'm in the middle of DISPY lore. And nobody bugs me when I'm in the middle of DISPY lore, not even myself. Not even that cave I almost fell into. So, yeah, where was I? Oh, yeah, so Fate, antagonist, she was working with the people that have trapped them in there and kind of just been keeping them around for their own gain. She's working with them, mostly because, the only reason anybody found out. That's a big lava spurt. I'm gonna collect that right now. The only reason anybody found out about Faith's power as a kid is because she got a bit too nosy at the wrong place and wrong time. Because I feel like she would actually, like, brag about, oh, I can figure out what you're up to. I definitely know everything that you're doing. She was that kind of kid. Like, she would cause affairs to be brought up because she could just read people's minds. And so, when they found out she could do that, they kind of just took her, made her work for them. And she thinks she's being part of, like, something cool. I think Faith definitely has, like, a need for validation and a need for that constant, like, adoration and validation. It's not really her fault, but she is on the opposite side than she needs to be. Because she's working with the people that are keeping them in there. Most of the DISPY kids don't want to be there, except for Faith, and then I'm gonna get into Connie in a second. But Faith and Connie, basically, and Connie is a side character mostly, but I feel like she's gonna be a fan favorite, or at least she's one of my favorites. So I feel like I'm just gonna. I tend to self-project with Connie a lot. But Connie's basically, she has. It's not mind control powers, because the people that she can mind control kind of still have their own thoughts in there. Just, control inducement, I think is the correct term. I actually looked it up one day. So basically, anybody that she commands will. Anybody she will tell to do something will do whatever she has requested for the next 20 minutes. And the whole thing is, she has to. Well, she can pretty much keep people under her control forever, indefinitely, until she, misses the 20-minute mark and then get free will back. But if she manages to catch you again, after 20 minutes, she can just tell you to do the thing indefinitely. At least every 20 minutes. So, Connie has kind of an interesting story. The control inducement, at least. Because, people can still think, but if she commands people to act a certain way, they will act that way. And at least Connie, I don't project with her on this part, but it's kind of important to her character at this point, and I can't really take it away. But basically, she grew up in not the most affectionate or loving household. So when she had when she figured out she could do this and control other people, even if they didn't like it, she pretty much used it on her own parents to actually pay attention to her and stuff. And, Connie was just a kid. So she would basically tell them every 20 minutes, hey, you gotta stay here and you gotta love me. And she did for 2 years, pretty much. From the ages of 10 to 12. And, yeah. I'm like, in the backstory at least, she set an alarm every 20 minutes to go and repeat the command again. But the story goes that one day she forgets, or she doesn't set it, or I don't know, something happens. She sleeps through it. And her parents leave. And she is left alone. And she tries to make it out on her own for a couple years, and keep living in the streets for 2 years before she eventually turns herself in. So, the DISPY is kind of her home at this point, or at least it's something that she knows can't abandon her. Because as long as she follows the rules, nothing bad will happen to her there. But she also doesn't like it. She likes the comfort that brings, though. But yeah. I don't know, Connie's just a very good character for me, at least. And basically, Faith knows all of this. Faith knows about the abandonment issues. Faith knows, what makes Connie insecure, what makes her not insecure. Faith knows that Connie has a massive crush on her. And Faith uses that to her full advantage to get whatever she wants. And whenever Connie's starting to get fed up with Faith, not listening to her or anything, Faith will read her mind and do exactly what she wants for a day. And then Connie will be back at her side again. I know they're not the main characters, but I just really like Connie, at least, as a character. And then the other two characters are Agile and Speedy. And Agile has agility powers. I just can't think of a good name, but I think in the current version of the story, at least, his name is Agile Tyler, and he basically has agility powers, which means, I use the term agility loosely. He can basically has like superhuman gymnastic skills. He can land perfectly. He can do a bunch of really cool flips and stuff. He can jump higher than the average person, and that's his power. He's incredibly stealthy as well, tightrope walk kind of thing. Basically perfect for any kind of stealth. And there's Speedy Zip. And Speedy Zip is also another one of my favorite characters. She has super speed powers, as you might expect. And her story is one of my favorites, at least, for the DISPY kids. Besides, like, I have to say, out of all their backstories, I like Speedy's a lot. So Speedy, in the story, she does not talk. She is mute, technically, but that is of her own choice in some parts. In some ways it's not, in some ways it is. But basically, she is, the youngest one, and she is dressed like the most cutesiest. She's dressed the most kiddish. But the reason for that is, she's trying to, well, first of all, the government, trying to neutralize her, I guess. Kind of, she's trying to convince them that she is no longer a threat anymore. Because at the age of 10, Speedy was the biggest threat to whatever the heck the organization had going on. Because Speedy, at least Speedy's parents, the people who raised Speedy, the people Speedy considered family, they had their suspicions about what's been going on Earth for a bit. And of course, Speedy grew up with that, and Speedy found a way to get the message out to pretty much everybody else. By making really funny rap videos and music parodies and upload them to the internet. And then when, kids actually started to look up everything, am I out here? I'm out here. They would realize. And so, of course, they didn't want Speedy to be out there. So they did find Speedy eventually. And they did take her to the DISPY eventually. And so all Speedy really wants to do now is to try to get back to the family. And, she hopes any of them are still alive, really. Because last she saw, her entire, little family was being burnt down. That was a trident. I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh god. That looks painful. Oh my god. What the heck? Wait, that's funny. That's kind of funny, wait. Come get me, coward. You won't. You won't. Haha, nerd. That is so funny, actually. Hold on. Well, it's gonna hit me. It's gonna hit me one of these times. Watch. But for now, I can just sit here and laugh. Oh, man, he stopped. Oh, what's up, coward? Oh, God, he's coming. I should have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Ah! I knew it. He was gonna hit me eventually. Okay, I'm leaving. Ah! Ah! But yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna taunt this guy some more. Oh my god. Oh lord, he coming. Okay, there we go. He can't see me. He can't see me. I'm good. Okay. That's right, go back into the ocean, coward. Little nerd. Little bitch boy. Run! That's right, bitch boy. That's right. You won't. You won't. Bitch boy. Ah, I should have said that. I should have said that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure you're a very talented and dedicated individual. I'm sorry for referring to you as a bitch boy. I lied. I'm not sorry. Ah! Okay, I'm sorry. I'm being harassed. I'm being targeted. I'm being hate crimed. Okay, this is kind of funny though. Kind of funny. Oh yeah, it's Speedy basically. So Speedy, she doesn't talk now. She doesn't want her words to ever be used against her again. That is the basis. That is the gist of it. Sorry, this is so funny. That's right, coward. You won't. That's right, you won't. Haha, nerd. Haha, nerd. Ah, he's coming. Haha, nerd. This is so funny, and for what? Look at all these tridents. Look at what I've caused today. Haha. Come back, nerd. Haha, coward. You won't. You won't. This is just so funny to me for some reason. Oh jeez, here he comes. Oh, you won't, you won't, you won't. Oh god, haha, you won't. You won't. I don't know why this is just so incredibly funny to me. Hey, you won't. Hey, I'm gonna go to him. I'm gonna go to him, I don't care. Hey, hey nerd. Hey, yo, bitch. No, he's gone. That was so funny though, look at them. Look at all the tridents, all the ones to- oh god, he's still throwing. He's still throwing. You'd think he'd learn. You would think he'd learn. That's right, coward. I think though it can only generate so many tridents at once. These are just despawning. Oh god, I think I just... Haha, coward. Haha, nerd. Ah, he hit me. He hit me. He's a mean man. He's a mean man. I do not want him invited to my birthday party. Okay. That's right, bitch. That's right, you won't. I need to stop taunting this guy. But it's so funny to taunt him. Oh jeez. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. I think I made a mistake. I made a severe mistake. Ow. Okay, he's gone. But that was funny. Sometimes harassing video game characters is okay. But yeah, I've been really into the DISPY lore lately. And, you know, my animations recently have just been DISPY. I think I might link it in, like, the little card above. You know, like the thingy. I might link it in that card. I said it was going to be a shorter episode, but damn, was I wrong. Hold on, I need to get back to my house. And then I will do the traditional outro of me without my helmet on. I call it traditional as if it hasn't been like 2 episodes, SMH. But I will do the outro. Can you guys hear my spacebar? Do you guys like my spacebar? I like the sound of spacebars at least. I don't know, something about typing is just very, very calming to me. Like, I don't know, just hearing somebody type. I need to start jumping. Hearing somebody type is just very relaxing for me. Just the clicking. I want a mechanical keyboard for that reason, but also I just got a PC. I shouldn't get too ahead of myself. Not a PC. Well, I guess it counts as a PC. It's a personal computer, technically. But I just got a laptop, so I shouldn't get too ahead of myself, really. But yeah. I'm just gonna go home. I'm gonna do the outro. I'm gonna hop over these pumpkins. Ow. Yeah. So yeah, most of my animation has just been either Space Age or DISPY lately. I'm kind of surprised about DISPY though. I didn't think I made that much content for it this year. At least not compared to other years. AK 2017 that was all I was doing back then. But yeah, other than Spacey and Seventh being my pride and joy, I guess the DISPY kids are a close second. Don't tell any of them I said that though, because they will get mad. Am I joking or am I not? You guys will never know. But yeah, it's fun at least. Can I ride one of you? Can I ride you? Can I ride you? Let me ride you. Alright then. Oh, my hand needs to be empty, huh? Oh, well, I'll try them later. Things I say to both Pepper and a horse. I'm joking. I am joking. I am joking. Or am I? I am joking. Okay, just gonna hear the keyboard clicks now, because that is all you guys need to hear. Let's go. Ow. Let me in before a creeper spawns and kills me. That'd be great. There we go. I'm gonna sleep and then I will do the outro. I don't think I did much done today. I don't think I got much done today. But it was just fun talking, honestly. It's such a good way to process whatever I'm feeling. And also get some light Looniverse lore out of the way. Let me take my helmet off so I can look at you all in the eyes. Is the hoe in the correct inventory spot? Yes, it is. You know, once I get a diamond hoe. You know what? Even as a kid, I always said it. I want my channel gimmick to be me with hoes. And as a kid, I didn't know what that would imply. But as an adult, I am so glad of the double meaning now. So let me just get. So yeah, once I get a diamond one, it's gonna be everything we need. But yep, that has been today's episode of M's Rambles. Uh, hope to see you all tomorrow, hopefully, if I actually record one tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie, I am pleasantly surprised that I've kept up with it for this long. I think it's been like weird because I never really keep up with things for that long. But oh well. Have a nice night, peeps. Remember to hydrate or dehydrate. If Pepper and I stream later tonight, make sure to catch that on twitch.tv/Pepper's Bodega or twitch.tv/LooneyLoon, depending on what we decide. Make sure to drop a follow for both, though. And if you can, subscribe to Pepper's Bodega. I was gonna say Technoblade for a second there, and I'm like, wait, do I need to be plugging Technoblade's channel? But you know what? Subscribe to Technoblade as well, because why not? That sounds like a good idea. Yeah. I guess for now, though, that is going to be it. Goodbye, peeps. Thank you for joining me for another ramble, and I will probably see you tomorrow. Bye.